Sure.
Okay. There you go. And there you go. Nothing on the back. And let me pan your audience. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 with myself for Eugene.
History. History is something that shapes our future. It is always in the past, and it comes with the fact that the past never dies. It brings us what we have in the present, and as I said, it shapes the future. At the moment, we're going to talk about colonialism in Cameroon, how it has shaped Cameroon to what Cameroon is today. We will talk about first Africa as a colonial battleground, Cameroon in particular, and how the annexation of colonialism in Cameroon was facilitated by alcohol to some point. And a brief summary of this, we will talk about the discovery of Cameroon by the Portuguese, the German annexation of Cameroon, the flow to post-colonial period, and the flow from post-colonial to present. After stating all this, let's start with the discovery of Cameroon. Cameroon is a small country in the African continent, west of Africa, close to the Atlantic Ocean. It was discovered in the early 1600s by the Portuguese. The name it rose Cameroon because in the Wuri River they found too many streams, something very peculiar. And this name has been changed by the different colonial masters, from Cameroon by the Germans to Cameroon by the French and the British. The Portuguese were not able to exploit Cameroon because of malaria in this region. So in the early 1800s, when quinine had been produced, exploitation of Cameroon came to a very big path. Mostly exploitation was because of slave trade. This is put in Professor Newson's 2012 article on African and Leo-Africans in Portuguese slave trade on the Upper Guinea coast in the early 1700s. We also come to the part where after the abolition of slavery, the only fact for African exploitation was for raw resources, and we have many people trying to struggle to do that. Cameroon at that point, the chiefs in the coastal regions wanted the British to annex them. Unfortunately, the Germans were able to use alcohol to annex Cameroon, and this is provided by Professor Duke in 1993, European Alcoholism History and States in Cameroon. Cameroon was annexed by the Germans, who used forced labor to develop the country. Unfortunately, during the First World War, the Germans were defeated, and Cameroon became a protectorate from the British and the French, having two republics: the British Protectorate under Nigeria, the Republic of Cameroon. We are going to discuss the flow into this federalist system that was instituted in Cameroon at this point. The British gave the southern Cameroons a choice to either join Nigeria or join the Republic of Cameroon, which the British Cameroon side decided to join the Republic of Cameroon. This is indicated by Dr. Awasong's reunification question on Cameroon. After the joining with the Republic of Cameroon, we had the federal system of government. Cameroon having a federal system of government, French system of government is unitary system of government. The president at the moment, Amadou Ahidjo, did everything in his power to change the system to a one-party, one-man system, which happened in the early 1900s. Cameroon became a unitary system controlled by the French section with the name United Republic of Cameroon. President Amadou Ahidjo at some point resigned due to health issues and was replaced by the president who is now the president of Cameroon, President Paul Biya, who, with the constitution, changed the name to the Republic of Cameroon. Due to political pressure, we see the change of federalism, unitary system, to a democracy in Cameroon. pressure was mounted on him, and he brought in a democratic system. Unfortunately, this democratic system has always been rigged by corruption, and the first one was the presidential election in 1994, the first presidential election, in which the president used brutality and other forms of torture to win the election. This is proven by Dr. Krieger's information on Cameroon's democratic crossroad. We now see the marginalization of the Southern Cameroons in the Cameroon Republic, and this has been a big problem of now, seeing the heritage from the old times to now by Dr. Fanso's Francophone and Anglophone nationalism in Cameroon. We now see why history is able to shape a country to what it is. We see a country moving from colonial period, different heritage, and moving into the present. And because of that, this heritage has made the country what it is. That's why I will encourage people to understand that history is something that never dies. It is something that lives to the present and can shape a country's future. Thank you very much.